Hello everybody, welcome back with another episode of the Binding Advisor of Repentance. We are going to do the hidden challenge today. Because if I'm honest, it's probably the craziest thing that I've done in recent memory. Now, I really am going to focus more with this game, or with this challenge, instead of like a nice little rant. So we're gonna switch it up a little bit in that way, because oh my goodness, it is the curse of this challenge, which really upsets me by like 1,000-fold, if I'm gonna be honest with you. So you're gonna see the whole BS of this run, and I just wanted to let you know I hate this challenge. I've done this several times at this current point, and it just gets me angrier and angrier. I feel like this is a complete draw. Like it's just I can't fathom it, because it's one of those things where I just don't know anything anymore. And hey, look, I got an item that I don't know. Like, this doesn't seem too bad. So this run, people have told me it is called Glitch. Other people said it does not have a name. Like, literally, it's a 6. So the item that I have currently is a 6-charge familiar, and it's very, very frustrating. Now, granted, I don't know what gave me the HP via maybe the active item, or you know, maybe the other item that I picked up, but everything is considered a random item at this standpoint in time. So it's extremely, extremely frustrating, and I hate it. And like I said, very, very rarely I keep the whole runs in, because I don't know, like, maybe it looks nicer, or if I just deem a run where I'm just like, it's unimpressive or whatnot, then I basically try to sort of simmer it down. But I just couldn't, where I'm just like, I have to suck it up. And it sort of gives me a way, if that makes sense, on like figuring out what's good and what's not. And that's sort of really how I like to put it, where I basically recorded several runs today, and I record tons of runs in basically like 2 weeks, and I just kill the day of, hey, if this is a good run or whatnot. So I basically have a day where I just do Isaac for like 7 hours, and then I take another 7 hours and I record. So to confirm, the active item that I have right now just literally gives me, I guess it's Rainbow Baby, even though it's like rotating. So here's what I want you to do. If you're wanting to join my misery, and you could probably hear in my voice where I'm just like, I don't want to do this anymore. Let me know in the comments down below on how many times you think I'm gonna die or succeed. Because right now, it's crazy. Like, look at that. Like, I have Yo Listen Pluto, and it virtually gave me nothing. Like, oh, like, I'm so frustrated even looking back on it. And this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning of this run, okay? Like, it doesn't get any better. It does not get any better for me right now. Okay, so, you know, you're in for a doozy today. You're in for a doozy. Like, man, like, I was so good yesterday. Like, wow, like Ranty McGee over here. Hopefully that could happen. Hopefully we could turn it around. But believe it or not, like, believe it or not, this is already killing, like, making my head numb. So, yeah. Now, what I think I should have done is we got Control T. We got lovely Control T. There's a Tinted Rock there that I can't simply get. So, but hey, look, 71 cents and 87 cents. Cool. Cool. Like, it's just I don't want to be here. Which is weird, because this should not be hard. Okay, this should not be hard in the way of, we have the capabilities. Okay, we have the capabilities, and I'm trying for an active item here. Just something that's unusual, hopefully, that I could get it. Maybe a battery. That'll even work. Trickle charge, AAA battery. Because I'm really, really trying. And unfortunately, I do not get another item at all. So, 6 items for a circling rainbow baby. Great. Cool. And keep in mind, this goes all the way to blue baby. Now, do I feel like this is doable? Yes. Like, look, like, I get a dice room randomly. Just a heads up, like, I randomly get a dice room. And lovely, right? And wait a minute, didn't I just have a soul heart that converted to a red heart? That doesn't seem right. Yes, no, anything could happen, anything will happen, everything is randomized, and I'm just gonna say this, if you can't read the title, yeah, that's a spoiler alert right there. But I'm pulling my teeth out mentally, and it just, like, for me, this was the room that made me figure out this is gonna be way more difficult than I think, because randomly I will get a dice room, just randomly, and just you wait. Just you wait. It's gonna get better and better. Oh, hey, look, the D20. That must be pretty darn useful with 0 consumables on the floor. Ooh, pretty tasty. And then it's gone. Like, that's how random this could be, by the way. I can't say any item because no item has a name. Now, what I feel like they could have done is, the seed is FXE0. That. Now, what I think they could have done is, honestly, made this just a randomizer run with weird weapons instead of everything else being randomized, like real items. I was just mentally crying. Forgive me. And hey, look, we got the Eternal D6. That's good, right? Gee, I hope we don't get an item that crashes the game. Oh, hey, look, the D100. Oh. 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 So, yeah. The D100. The D100 crashes this whole entire game. Yep. So, virtually speaking, the D100 crashes the game. Okay. Now, it never used to crash the game. And that's not the only thing that'll crash this game. Just wait and see. But yeah, I feel like you shouldn't have, like, somebody should have playtested this, especially this run, where it's just abysmal. Exactly. Exactly. So that gives me permanent stats up. And I'm pretty okay with that. Like, that's pretty good. Like, it's better than you know, just, this, Rainbow Baby every 6 rooms. Like, that's pretty nice, right? But yes, everything now is completely, like, the same. Where it's like, yeah, great, I have amazing damage. But for me, I just crash. And I crash hard. And don't worry, it's not the only thing that's gonna happen. So, it's this run. Now, I don't know how it is on PC. I really, really don't. But, I'm really hoping it can, you know, work. Hey, look, a 34-cent something. Yeah, a 34-cent something. Now, I think what really killed this run is, in my opinion, I couldn't have any soul hearts, first of all. I just couldn't. And then I realized, wait a minute, my active item did absolutely nothing that time, so it made me very upset, where I'm just like, look, if I don't even know what's going on, how is the viewer supposed to know what's going on? But as I've said, like, great, more damage. I really didn't want to throw this away, because I was really at the point where I'm just like, I'm getting upset. I want to show, like, if this is the only fault with the Binding of Isaac Repentance now, I'm totally okay with this. Where I've learned my lesson, and I'm totally okay with that. I'm totally okay with that right now. And there's only certain things that, you know, you could really avoid. And I will gladly take it. But, let me know how you feel about this run, or this challenge, if you will, because it is extremely exhausting. I've had one run that was really good, and then all of a sudden I just lose because I took 1 heart of damage and then I died. So yeah, a lot of things can vary. And then I realized at this moment, oh great, something else about this run is every time I pick up an item, yeah, it leaves a troll bomb. Isn't that dandy? Isn't that dandy? Now, what I'm thinking at this point, maybe I could only use my active item 1 time per room because it's a big stats upgrade. Nah. No, that's not how that works, buddy. So now I'm limited to just 1 consumable per room, which may not seem like a lot, but trust me, if you get a chest or anything, hey, guess what? Opening that chest counts as 1. Every item, hey, look, what was inside? Troll bombs. So everything I do, I get screwed over. And now, is this run supposed to be difficult? Absolutely, to the 10th degree. Is it supposed to be shenanigan? I think so. I think so, absolutely. But it shouldn't really come to the point where I just never want to do this challenge again. And that's unfortunately where it's coming from, where it's not fun, if that makes sense. Like, I have no control over this except playing good. And that's it. I have no control over it, which is very upsetting. And, you know, let me know how you feel about it. Being fair is nice. I'm sorry, I had to pause there. The FedEx guy delivered my package. But I am still tired. Did we just do this, guy? Hold on, didn't we just face him and I just realized that now? Or am I losing it? Oh my god, am I losing it? Am I losing it? Hey, at least I didn't get an all-stat upgrade. That's cool, right? Hey, we have Isaac's head. That's pretty good. Yeah, am I losing it? Or did we just face that boss twice? Cool beans. Hey, at least Isaac's head's nice. But no, I still hate this run, even after taking a break. I don't like this run, and guess what? The key isn't randomized. As you see there, like, the bombs are way more annoying than you think. They're way more annoying. And I'm like, well, what do I do here? What do I simply do here? Because every time I pick up an item, guess what? Bombs. Bombs galore. Okay. And, it just gets me peeved at this point, where I'm just like, oh, okay. Everything I do in this game gets me, this challenge, excuse me, gets me so frustrated. I'm like, I can't really gain money. Like, the only thing that I was really trying to do is, one, to gain more hearts than what I've already had. But every shenanigan I have is just not fun. It's not funny. Okay, like, I think the fun, maybe my saltiness will turn into fun and joy. Because we do have amazing hearts right now. We have a plethora of hearts. And sometimes every time I shoot, hey, guess what? We get something nice. And the shop means virtually nothing. And, like, we have tons of hearts. Okay, like, maybe we could get, like, another crazy run. Or maybe something in between. But, hey, look at this. Look at me. I'm Mr. Greed. Because, guess what? Every single penny, okay, will turn into bombs. And, yep. That chest, everything. I have no consumables, and I don't even know what I get until after the fact. So, like, everything that I take is just pure frustration. But the caveat goes both ways, where technically, hypothetically, there's an item that I could take, and, you know, every time I take damage, it kills every enemy in the room. Now, is that feasible? No, but it's possible. Like, we have tons of red hearts. I just want the sun card because, you know, that's virtually my only way of living at this point. Because, granted, am I strong? I guess. I'm only 353 at this point, but hey, lucky me. If I could get another reroll all stats, I'll be fine, I guess. But now, for this befuddled item, I basically get hurt and I fart. Yeah. But hey, let's look out on the positiveness. We get the bosses magically, which is good, which is great, which is grand, okay, which is grand. We're lacking in damage, we're lacking in stats, and we're lacking in joy because, by golly, cool. But of course, I do something really stupid that, you know, I'm shooting fart shot, and I don't even know if that's technically a real thing. Now, would it be pretty cool? It probably is. I don't think, like, this run would create another tier shot that's, like, inaccessible or something like that, but it's hard. It really is hard, and there goes my damage. Yep. There goes my damage. So best case scenario is I get a reroll all stats and basically just go with it. Basically just go with it. It stinks. It stinks. But I think this is the most frustrated that I've been, because Lost I know is gonna be hard. I think this challenge I never knew existed until recently. And we still need 2 challenges left. But that's quite alright. That's quite alright. I think I will. And I crash again. Because at this point in time, I forget, hey, guess what? The D100 basically destroys all of my momentum. So, yeah. Now, could you say that I'm stupid? Absolutely. Could you say this should crash my game? No, I don't think you're allowed to say, hey, this item is doing exactly as it's intended and destroying my game right now. Now, I remember when this game first came out, it crashed a lot, especially the first week that I got it. But now that I can, like, if this is the forcibly, like, if this forcefully closes my game ad infinitum, who do I blame here? So, like, at least one, like, maybe you could count it as, oh, well, you know, I'm trying to be sneaky or what, you know, figuring out how to virtually glitch the game. You could sort of take it in both regards there, where technically I have an item that I could forcefully change my mind if, you know, I play badly or everything. Like, it doesn't reset the run, thankfully, but it also really doesn't benefit me, and hey, look, I get another item, which is nice. So, but every time I do that, in a very weird way, I'm sort of really controlling my own fate, and it's one of those keys where it's one of those items where, do I keep on picking up items, or do I basically just sort of run with a run where if it's good enough, I go? But let me, I still would love to know on how you feel about this item, because then I start realizing, oh my god, I'm shooting bombs. Like, I'm generally shooting bombs right now out of my butt. Now, I don't know if you've ever shot items out of your butt, okay? It's not pleasant. It's not pleasant, but how I think about it is it's okay. Like, what I would really love and what I would really adore if it was like number 2, and, you know, it'll do some poop damage or fog damage, if you will. No, it's just normal bombs. Now, I think we have a nice build. I think we have a very scary build as well, and I don't know why I took damage, because, you know, all I did was, you know, get hit, and tons of joy around. But it's alright. You know, I mean, would I rather have a soft lock now, or, you know, figuring out the problem? You know, having a soft lock, if you guys don't know what a soft lock is technically, there is, or actually it's a hard block, excuse me, where this game does not autosave, where you could say it does autosave, but it generally doesn't. It only autosaves when you complete a floor or a floor is done. So unfortunately, it is one of those things where it is very tight, where I could lose basically all my game footage. Not just my game footage, but everything in virtually between, if that makes sense. Which is totally my fault. I should actually back up my data. So that would totally be a me thing. Hey, look at all this amazing stuff. Great. Hey, guess what? It did nothing. It did nothing for me. But, did you see all that cool stuff that potentially could have won me the run? No? Whatever do you mean? But yes, that could have virtually saved me. Or won me the run alone. So, but hey, I'm afraid to take every dice item because, one, I have one really good item being, every time I get a soul heart, it's a potential for it to be a real life heart, if you will, and a nice red heart. So I don't really want to take that risk or anything, just take as many items as I can. My logic, in my opinion, is taking as many items as humanly possible. Why do I say that? Simply because there could be spectacular items. Now, 9 times out of 10, will they be spectacular? No. No, they won't. Now, technically, how you should really theorize it is this a bad crash? Is this a bad crash? No. Because technically, virtually speaking, as long as it's a short floor like this, I'm not really doing a lot of damage, but I'm not really trying to do damage once we have bombs on the floor. So, it's a very interesting factor. It's a very, very interesting factor. Which is fine. Which is fine. I mean, it technically, like how I was considering it, is it's a very cheating item. Now, do I cheat the cheater? Now, I think I could virtually cheat the cheater, but a very bad item that is way too late to get rid of is basically taking one's consumable and it turns everything into control bombs. Now, the thing is, no matter how many times I do this run, no items will be exactly the same. None of them. None of them whatsoever. As I've said before, there are some runs that I take 1 damage and it'll destroy my whole heart. So, I really have to be cautious with everything that I do, and simply put, it's one of those runs where play better, Joe. Play better. And unfortunately, that's sometimes really hard to do when all the items you have are bad. Okay, so great, I have another item that I virtually don't know what to do. I have a bone, though. I have a way of doing interesting damage, if you will. And what I'm noticing is every time I'm taking damage, guess what? My stats change. So, it's a very, very bad thing. But hey, at least I have a cool wishbone, I think. Maybe that's what it's called. I have a nice, beautiful wishbone. And hey, maybe every time that I fart bombs, I will get good somehow. I will get great. But no, that's virtually it. I mean, hey, let's see. I screw up here, and guess what? I couldn't even take the Polaroid because I thought, even though it has the womb, right? It has the womb written on it. I don't know if at this point where if it's bad or if it's okay, but this does not look like the womb to me. Okay? Like, now, every time what's happening is I'm getting destroyed. So, in my mind, I don't know if this is the womb or not. I know it sounds very egotistical and very dumb. I have no idea if this is the real womb because I don't have the Polaroid. So should everything have reset? Did I glitch this run? Wait a minute. Why did that crash? Huh? Like, this is where I start throwing my controller. And it may not seem like it, but I get really mad. And that's why I'm very glad. I don't do it. Now, I have no idea why this is happening here. Like, I'm not proccing the D100. Like, at this point, no, you know, I'm just fighting this boss, and I promise you, I'm not proccing D100, and I'm like, this is really bizarre. So that's 2 on this fight. Okay, and I'm just like, wow, like, I'm really far in this run. I don't really want to give up. And I don't know what's going on. So if you do, please do let me know, because at this point, I don't think anything is wrong. So it's extremely frustrating to me. And I'm like, who cares? You know, if I take that pill, I want to know what it is at least once, because, well, if it crashes again, you know, at least, you know, this is the time to try it out. But yeah, I have no idea. Like, personally, I feel like what happened is the game did crash, because I did not have. And then it automatically crashes again. I have a feeling it crashes because I do not have the Polaroid at this point. And guess what? There's nothing that I could unfortunately do because of an item that turns everything into troll bombs. Now, is it a good haha item, turning every item into, you know, troll bombs? It's a little annoying, but yeah, I mean, for this run, sure. But I find it, very annoying if that's why, because technically I can't go to Blue Baby at this point. I just simply can't, and in my mind, you know what? Let me do a different room so I don't have the D100 with me. And lo and behold, I have the D8 now. And I find it really funny because, wow, you know, I'm getting really good rhythm. I'm having a lot of bombs. Oh, I actually killed a boss. So I immediately run out. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm facing Mom. So Mom's hard at this point. I'm like, you know, it's happening. We're moving on. I want to make this quick. Like, I'm panicking. Okay, so I'm like, well, did it glitch because I had the D100? Was it glitching because I don't have the Polaroid? Like, I'm so confused at this point where I'm just like, I have no idea. And it's very interesting to me. So let me know your comments down below, but I feel like if, like, let's say it was the Polaroid, don't you feel like they should have prepared, like, done this challenge better? Or, you know, maybe I'm just being very ungrateful or whatever. Because at this point, I'm really trying to consider virtually going back to do all the floors, because, well, if I do get D100, well, then I could just practice better. So, you know, and then I'm like, well, honestly, I don't think that's the best course of action here. So I try to do it, and then I get hit, and I'm like, well, I don't think it's gonna matter anyway. But yeah, that's what I'm really trying for. I'm trying to get the D100 yet again to purposely crash my game. And I'm like, well, I have a heart. Is that good enough? I just simply don't know. Like, is this run good? Yes. Did I panic a lot? Yeah, no, I totally did, and I had so much health that I feel like that could have been a hindrance to me as well. Because once you're sort of unstoppable, health-wise, like, if I got the sudden card, I feel like I would have just went down immediately, but the fear of not getting the Polaroid, because there are some challenges where you can't leave until you have the Polaroid. So, do I think this would have changed me? I don't genuinely know. I really have no idea. And I'm like, I don't want to do this. So, we're at 2 hearts right now. Keep in mind, everything that we do could really affect our game. As silly as that sounds, health-wise, we're dead 2 shots. And this is the first time that I ever got this far. Hopefully, a pill could really change it. Like I said, 1 D100 could really, really change this run. And I'm feeling fine about it. I'm feeling fine. I think this run is gonna be, I think the people that like this run are totally gonna be split via if they like it or not. But at this point, I'm just like, you know what? I don't think I could personally get another heart. I don't think it's worth the risk. I at least want to call it a PB. And via if I win or not, well then, you know, call it from there. And then I get hit. And that was dumb. But if you like what you saw and heard today, please do consider subscribing. Stay tuned for tomorrow, where I do a better run.